What is up, you guys? So I am finally back in a video in the comfort of my own reptile room. I don't even know, I think it's been like the last 5 or 6 videos have been like shows or tours and all that fun, you know, crazy cool stuff that got a lot of good feedback for. It seems like people like them a lot. They're fun. I love doing them, so I'm gonna keep doing them. I actually got one coming next week. Will be another facility tour and a cool little visit. Stay tuned for that. But this video, we're gonna be going over the top 5 most ridiculous, absurd, dumbest, stupidest, whatever word you want to use, myths about snakes. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so top 5 most ridiculous, absurd, dumbest myths about snakes. Number 5, this is probably the most obvious one and one of the more common ones you hear from people is, I don't like them because they're slimy. Guys, they're not slimy. Like, look at, I'm touching this and there's no slime. Imagine that. They're not slimy. They feel like, I mean, leathery for the most part. They feel like leather. They feel really cool. They're scaly. Some do have rougher scales than others. You know, rough scale pythons, obviously. It's in the name, rough scale. But they're not slimy at all. They're not like a frog. They're not like a slug. They feel really cool. You know, it's probably why, sadly, people kill them and turn them into boots and wallets and belts and stuff like that. But not slimy at all. Probably one of the sillier ones you're gonna hear is this cool, awesome looking snake, which is a yellow belly dreamsicle produced by Canova, the artist formerly known as Justin Kobelka Reptiles. Awesome snake. She's about 700 grams almost, so she's growing, getting nice and chunky there. But yeah, not slimy. So throw that myth, put it in the dumpster, file it away. It ain't true. All right, so myth number 4, and this one is just, you hear it all the time, they're evil. The snakes aren't evil, man. Look at this snake. I've been holding this snake, I don't know, what, a couple minutes now? And all she's doing is cruising around, going through my hands, being nice and chill. They're not evil. Snakes don't have this like thing in their brain where they can be like, I'm gonna attack that guy right there because he looked at me funny. Most of these snakes just wanna get away from you. Like, they don't want human interaction. They don't want to be around you. They don't, well, in the wild. I mean, you can handle a snake to where, as a pet, you know, they come to the glass and they want to come out. I've seen it. You know, people do that. But in the wild, they want nothing to do with this. Why do you think a rattlesnake, when it sees a person, they rattle? It's their warning. Hey, back up or I'm gonna bite you. They don't want to bite you. They're just telling you like, yo, dude, leave me alone. Step off. Why do you think they hiss? Why do you think they snap at you and then come back? They don't want anything to do with us. They're not evil. They just want to be left alone, man. They just want to exist in their own little world without humans trying to murder them. Because some of you people see a snake and you say the thing that drives me up the wall of, the only good snake is a dead snake. Well, that's ridiculous because they're really cool animals. And that's your opinion on it. You're probably not watching this video, TBH, and you probably haven't made it this far if you were watching this video, but they're not evil. No matter what you read on the internet or what stories in history or books tell you snakes are evil, not evil. She's just going for a nice little cruise. Super chill snake, lover, sweetheart. Not evil. All right, so number 3, this one's always a fun one to hear. Well, they're poisonous. Well, God. There's a difference between venom and poison, for one. Snakes aren't poisonous. And some are venomous, but not all. Now the difference is poison has to be ingested. So if this little snake right here that I'm holding, if she was poisonous and I decided to lick her, I didn't really lick her because that would just be gross, but decided to lick her, I would get poisoned. That's the way it works. She's not poisonous. Snakes aren't poisonous. It's venom. They have to bite you and inject it, and then you're gonna have a really bad time. So don't get bit by a venomous snake. Probably not a good idea. You know, just ask any venomous keeper. It's probably why they most of them, you know, use hooks and move them around without just grabbing them like this. You know, you're not gonna really see people holding a rattlesnake like this. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, not poisonous. Now I know you can technically drink venom if you do it a right way. I am definitely not advising anyone in this video to do that. That's probably a very dumb thing to do unless you're a professional. Don't do it. Bad things can happen. They can go into an open sore in your mouth, and then you're gonna get envenomated, and you're gonna have, once again, a real bad time. But yeah, number 3, not poisonous, venomous, but not this snake. All right, number 2. Number 2, they asphyxiate their prey. Well, they technically don't asphyxiate them. They don't stop you from breathing. This ball python, so it is a constrictor, so it does constrict and wrap, but they don't stop you from breathing. They stop the blood from flowing through the body, which then stops the heart, which then, well, when your heart stops, you die. Just the way it works. But yeah, and not all snakes are constrictors, by the way. Like I said in the previous one, some are venomous, so they bite you and envenomate you, wait for you to die. Whoop. Careful. Wait for you to die, and then eat you. But yeah, not all snakes, well, not all snakes constrict, and they don't technically asphyxiate you. That is another myth. And number one, the funniest one that I bet you everyone that's watching this video has probably already guessed what number 1 is gonna be. It's absurd, and I don't know where it came from or how it came about, but they size you up. Everyone that has a snake, everyone that likes snakes has likely heard the old wives' tale, or whatever you want to call it, of, well, or been sent an article or something. Well, this lady had a snake and she slept with that snake, and you know what it did? It was sleeping by her every night and it was sizing her up. They don't do that. They don't, like, their brains don't work that way. They're not in the wild, like, going up to their prey and being like, yes, this rat right here, all right, I am about 3 feet long right now. I'm about 500-ish grams. I think I can fit the circumference of that rat through my mouth and down most of my body. Okay, I'm gonna eat that rat. Yeah, it's not the way it works, man. It ain't. They don't size you up. And also, who in their right mind is letting a snake that size sleep with them? I mean, that's just, I feel like you're asking for trouble if you're having a snake that's large enough to eat a human to sleep with you. You just, I don't know.
Gonna have a bad time.
Very ill-advised, I feel like. But yeah, they're not sizing you up. You know, when I feed this girl, I don't put the rat in and she doesn't, like, look at it and go, well, yeah, I think that's the right size. Okay, good job, thank you. I'll eat that now. No, just, it's not the way it works, man. So, yeah, number 1, sizing you up. Not true. They don't do that. Get that out of your heads. Put that in a file and push it to the back and never pull it back out again, because it's completely untrue. All right, and I'm actually gonna throw in a bonus one, actually. Bonus myth. This is more geared towards the breeders and the people that are breeding these snakes, you know. You often hear a lot of debate on what size you should breed a snake at. Is it, 1,500 grams? Is it 1,800 grams? Is it 1,200 grams? Here's the thing. My opinion, these snakes in the wild, they're gonna breed whenever they want, Boy snake is not gonna go up to my little girl snake in the wild here and be like, excuse me, ma'am, are you 1,500 grams? Oh, you're not. Okay, well, I will not breed you then. You're obviously not ready. Not the way it works. I'm a firm believer that these things will breed when they're ready to breed. Now that being said, I would not breed it before 1,200 just for health reasons. I would not pair them until 1,200 at least. But yeah, they're gonna go when they want to go. Some might not go till they're about 2,000 grams. Some might not go ever. Just the way it is. They're snakes. They're animals. It's nature. Let nature do its thing. You can't predict nature. It's the way it is. So yeah, that's a little bonus one I'm throwing in there. All right, guys, that's all for this video. A little bit different. I was doing a lot of, the last, I think, 5 or 6 videos were facility tours or reptile shows. So I want to go back to like the fun stuff, you know, semi-educational. I guess this is kind of educational in a way, you know, people that don't know snakes might watch it and realize, oh, they're not slimy, or oh, they're not poisonous. Cool stuff. Stuff like that. I want to kind of mix these back into the flow of what I was doing. You know, I don't want to be known as just a channel that only does tours and shows. You know, I want to do other cool stuff too. You know, a little bit of educational, a little bit of like top 5s, you know, favorite morphs, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I appreciate the support, guys. We are really closing in on 1,000 subs. Friggin' blow my mind. Also closing in on 2,000 followers on Instagram, which my goal for the year was to hit 2,000 followers and 1,000 subs, and I might be making that goal already before the halfway point. So just unreal. But yeah, like, I mean, thank you guys, appreciate it. The support is awesome. Y'all the real MVPs, like always. And I don't know, tell me if maybe I missed a funny myth that I didn't have in this video that you guys have heard or you guys know of. You know, put it in the comments, let me know of some absurd snake myths that you guys have heard of that I didn't cover, because I'm sure there's plenty. You know, I can think of a couple that I didn't put in here that are also just bizarre. You know, I don't know where they came from. I don't know who made them up, but they're wild. But yeah, guys, like always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you all on the next one. Take it easy.